A new week in Emmerdale brings fresh drama as more details about Cammy's past and relatives begin to emerge, while he lands himself in serious trouble. Elsewhere, Cain is arrested shortly after recovering from his catheter removal, and Gabby goes out of her way to catch Ross's attention. Following his operation, Cain discovers that Robert played a major part in Moira's imprisonment after planting the fake IDs. But after Robert was confronted and held captive by Sam and Cain, Cain later ended up in hospital after hurting himself during the chaos. After having his catheter removed, Cain finally starts feeling optimistic again. Before long, he slips back into normal life and heads to the Woolpack for a drink. Ignoring Caleb's warnings to take it easy, Cain orders whiskey alongside his pint. On his journey home, he suddenly needs the toilet and urinates by the roadside, only to be arrested for public urination and being drunk and disorderly. Angry inside his prison cell, Cain becomes irritated when Swirling offers him a pair of jogging bottoms. His frustration grows even more when he learns he'll be kept in custody overnight. The following morning, Moira scolds Cain and demands to know what exactly caused him to end up behind bars, but Cain struggles to explain himself. Humiliated by the truth, he hesitates to reveal the real reason he landed at the police station. Deep down, Cain worries about being too far from a toilet whenever he's out in public. When Kammy nervously visits Belle at work, she uses Eid celebrations as a reason to ask questions about his family. However, after noticing how uneasy the subject makes him, Belle fears she may have crossed a line. Kammy suddenly rushes off after Aaron messages him about another suspicious fire. As Robert becomes increasingly stressed about the mystery fire starter, Aaron encourages him to relax for a while. While the pair head to the pub, neither notices a mysterious figure lurking nearby at the barn. At the garage, tensions remain strained as Aaron comments on how exhausted Kammy appears, while Robert grows more obsessed with finding the culprit behind the fires. Belle later asks Kammy whether she can meet his relatives, but his cold response leaves her stunned. Afterwards, Belle feels tempted to check his phone and is horrified with herself for even considering it. She later confides in Dawn that although she resisted invading his privacy, she still believes Kammy is hiding something important. Unknown to everyone else, Kammy secretly prepares to spend the night in a barn at Emmerdale Farm, revealing the heartbreaking truth that he's homeless. Meanwhile, Aaron becomes increasingly anxious as Robert's accusations about the arsonist spiral further out of control. After Matty reports spotting someone suspicious near their land, Robert and Aaron rush to investigate. When they find Kammy carrying a petrol can and a lighter in the field, they instantly assume he's responsible for the fires. Robert aggressively grabs Kammy by his jacket, and a distressed Kammy admits he intended to burn his own car. Fearing Robert is taking things too far, Aaron steps in, giving Kammy the chance to escape. But after yet another blaze breaks out, Aaron finally snaps and contacts the police, leading to Kammy being driven away in a police car. Elsewhere, Lydia becomes upset after convincing herself that Sam is avoiding her. Ross asks Gabby to meet him the next day, leaving Gabby excited as she assumes he's interested in her romantically. However, she soon realizes he actually wants her to become Sam's new dance partner. Later, Laurel notices Ross staring at Gabby and sternly warns him to stay away from her. Ross secretly enjoys getting under Laurel's skin. During a dance lesson, Lydia impresses everyone with her performance alongside Bob, while a jealous Sam quietly watches from a distance. After spotting Ross observing the class, Laurel assumes he's checking out Gabby and confronts him about it. Ross later tries cheering Sam up, and Sam comments that Ross always seems available whenever he needs support. Ross hints that this may soon change as he turns his attention toward Laurel. As Laurel struggles to ignore her growing attraction to Ross, Gabby admits to Lewis that she has feelings for him. Unfortunately for Gabby, Ross is interested in someone else entirely. Later, Gabby attempts to seduce him by appearing in a revealing gown, but Ross gently turns her down, leaving her completely humiliated. Emmerdale is set to uncover Kammy Hadik's heartbreaking secret next week, as suspicion falls on him over the mysterious fires at the farm. At the same time, Kammy struggles desperately to hide the fact that he has nowhere to live. After Robert Sugden and Aaron Dingle discover Kammy carrying a petrol can and lighter, they quickly jump to the conclusion that he's responsible for the series of fires targeting the farm. Despite Kammy repeatedly insisting that he's innocent, the pair are far from convinced. According to actor Shebs Meyer, the accusations reopen old emotional wounds for Kammy. He explained that the situation stirs up painful memories filled with shame, frustration, and anger, adding that Kammy feels isolated with the entire village seemingly against him. The drama begins when Belle Dingle casually mentions Eid while chatting with Kammy, hoping he might reveal more about his family background. Instead, Kammy becomes visibly uneasy, leaving Belle concerned she may have pushed too far by bringing up the subject. Shebs revealed that Kammy hates appearing vulnerable and would rather hide his emotions than let anyone see him struggling. Having experienced significant hardship in his life, Kammy tries hard to avoid looking weak in front of others. Elsewhere, Aaron persuades Robert to step away from the stress of the farm for a while, so the two head over to the Woolpack. Unbeknownst to them, a mysterious figure watches their movements from a distance. Later in the week, Aaron comments on how exhausted Kammy appears, while Robert becomes increasingly consumed by anger over the fires. Belle also continues worrying about Kammy's reluctance to discuss his relatives, eventually asking whether she can meet his family. Kammy immediately shuts the suggestion down, leaving Belle even more suspicious. Shebs hinted that Kammy is carrying a huge amount of emotional baggage connected to his upbringing, damaged relationships, and unresolved trauma hidden beneath the confident image he projects. Unable to shake her concerns, Belle briefly considers looking through Kammy's phone before feeling guilty for even thinking about invading his privacy. She later confides in Dawn Fletcher that although she stopped herself, she still believes Kammy is keeping an important secret from everyone. Meanwhile, at Emmerdale Farm, Kammy prepares for another lonely night in a barn, sleeping only with a basic sleeping bag for comfort. This marks the first time viewers truly begin to understand the difficult reality of Kammy's situation. Shebs admitted he was initially surprised by the storyline because Kammy always appears well presented, but after speaking with charities, he realized homelessness often goes unnoticed and is far more common than people think. The following day, Robert and Aaron catch Kammy in one of their fields, holding both a lighter and a petrol can. Furious, Robert aggressively confronts him, but when Aaron steps in to calm things down, Kammy seizes the opportunity to run away. By the end of the week, another blaze breaks out, pushing Aaron to finally contact the police. Kammy is then taken away in a police car, but questions remain over whether he truly started the fires and whether he'll ever find somewhere safe to call home. Elsewhere in the village, Ross Barton suddenly finds himself attracting attention from more than one woman. Gabby Thomas decides to pursue Ross after weeks of dropping hints about her feelings, completely unaware that Laurel is also beginning to develop an attraction towards him. Gabby makes her move by dressing provocatively in an attempt to seduce Ross, while Laurel becomes unexpectedly drawn to the village troublemaker following a heated argument between them. Emmerdale airs on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available for streaming on ITVX.